Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're going to be using the Mondial Piega, and I gotta tell you, this bike is pretty awesome. Expect to see this in a top 10 list sooner rather than later. Now, I have done a video with the Mondial Piega quite a while ago, but we're back here in Mugello in a night race with all the floodlights on, of course, keeping this track lit up for us, because I think Mugello is a track that definitely needs to be lit up, and of course usually it's getting lit up around the track with MotoGP machines and even some of the smaller bikes as well. But I gotta say, Mondial Piega handles this track like an absolute dream. Really underrated bike. I can't believe that I didn't consider this bike for my top 10 bikes just a few weeks ago. I don't know how I missed it. I really don't, but I've jumped back on it. I did a few races, done one in Road America, and then I jumped in here into Mugello, and we're going to do my wonderful combination of Casanova and Cervelli going up into the left hand side for turn 7, beautifully executed on board the Mondial Piega. And I've got to, as I say, I'm absolutely gushing over the Mondial Piega. Absolutely brilliant bike. I know this is back one of the DLC bikes, unfortunately, so of course it does cost a penny or two. But if you are looking for the particular pack, it's the collector's pack. I had to quickly briefly check because I couldn't actually quite remember, but I do believe the collector's pack is featured in my top 10 before with another machine or two. So the collector's pack, obviously a pretty good and decent pack to choose from. But I really think this Mondial Piega is fantastic. And let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of the Mondial Piega as we get pushed wide a little bit there into Biandetti 1 and 2. I wanted to go for the inside line there, but he just looked like he had the position up on the inside of Elia Gargiulio, as we now go into the left hand side for Bacchini. What a wonderful circuit Mugello really is. And my love for Mugello in MotoGP is more strong, but after playing the Mondial Piega in here in Mugello reminded me how good the Ride 4 version of Mugello actually is. And using such bikes such as this wonderful Mondial Piega really did give me that sense of warm, fuzzy feeling that you usually do get when breaking down into San Donato after a massive amount of speed and breaking down to pretty much nothing. It's just so good. But now into third position, into the second lap, we have Nikolai Guriev and Lars Bratsov ahead of us in second and first position. You better believe we're going to win this race. I'm pretty confident in my own abilities, unless something bizarre happens like the Chaz Davis one I did a few weeks ago with the livery made by Sergio23, of course. I can't remember the name of the person going into the Craig Jones corner for Portimao. Got launched into the scenery almost, so it was very scary. And hopefully none of that happens here with the Mondial Piega, because where every single one of us are on this Mondial Piega. And of course, if you are a fan of this bike, you don't want to see it going into the gravel. In fact, you don't want to see any bike going into the gravel. Let's be truly honest. I think seeing any bike going into the gravel and just being destroyed and decimated with all the bits of tarmac and dirt and everything that's rubbing against it as it scratches going into the kitty litter is just an awful sight to see as a bike enthusiast. Maybe if you're not a fan you might like to see the crashes, but no, I'm not really a fan. I tend to squirm a lot when I see the bike getting smashed around, and same as the riders as well. But now after Correntine we've got Biandetti 1 and 2 trying to go over the inside, or gauging where Nikolai Guriev is going to be so we can try and go around the outside or in the inside is difficult to do coming out of those corners. But now into Bacchini for the left-hander. My gripe with the Ride 4, it still does it, and that is the AI goes too far to the left coming out of Bacchini and don't stick on the racing line, which is effectively here on the right hand side, which will then move across into the corner towards into San Donato in a moment's time. So we now have the lead ahead of Lars Bratsov and Nikolai Guriev. And look at Carlos Peiva-Diaz in 4th place. It's been too long since I've said Carlos Peiva-Diaz. Shout out to Chaz Webber as well, mentioning top 10 AI names for Ride 4. Sadly, I don't think there really is top 10 to choose from, but he's definitely going to feature a list such as Johnny Glamour, Bujang Bengana, and Carlos Peiva-Diaz. And if you're not aware of those three riders in Ride 4, then you've missed out on a treat with my videos previously, because when these guys show up, you know it's going to be some good racing, and you just know there's going to be laughs and cheers for those particular names because they're just so funny. But now into Casanova and into Cervelli for the left-hander for turn 7. What a beautiful combination of corners. That was another suggestion from another ace in the comment section regarding another top 10 list, top 10 combinations of track that I just adore it would probably already be determined that Casanova Cervelli will be up there on the podium, guaranteed. But I do think there's going to be some surprise in that sort of combination of corners. But I really loved that top 10 idea. In fact, all of the top 10 ideas that was given was fantastic. Some of them I don't think I'm going to actually be able to do because some of them required like other footage, which I probably won't be able to get hold of. And that's things like such as bikes that aren't in the game. I don't really know how I'm going to be able to capture that without looking at copyright, something I'll have to look into. But as far as my own lists and wish lists for Ride 5, etc., we can do them together, no problem whatsoever, whether that be in a top 10 format or just a video dedicated to a wish list for Ride 5, where we can all just discuss and have a good old chinwag about it. Regardless, that video will definitely get done because I'd like to have an input, or at least to have a think, and maybe believe that I could have an input on the production of Ride 4 and to see what they actually produce for the next instalment of this wonderful franchise. Breaking down into San Donato for the 4th time of asking in this wonderful circuit. Now, San Donato is not a corner I tend to struggle with, but I really, really love the braking zone going into San Donato. I've tried and tested many bikes going into that first corner to have a feel and understanding of the brakes. Now, playing GP bikes the other day and having difficulties with the brakes, of course you've probably seen the video yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, I would highly advise you do, because GP bikes is a game not to be missed. I think it has been out a while, but it's still, to this day, very, very underlooked. So I would check it out and show it some love. But as far as braking goes in that game, I was having a tough time compared to Ride 4. So I came back to Ride 4 and embraced once again from the Milestone developers and gave me a bike that's very, very good to handle, i.e. Mondial Piega right here, right now. Handles like a dream. Massive, massive respect and props to Mondial Piega. If you haven't got this pack, then I would highly recommend you purchase it. And that's from the collector's pack, of course, roughly around £3.99, I believe. I think all the DLCs were around £4. But onto this penultimate lap now, I guess back to the action unfolding, which is pretty much a comfortable lead we have going right now. 3 seconds ahead of Nikolai Guriev, and Lars Bratsov still hanging on to the podium in 3rd position. What I would like to see, I guess, is a early wish list for Ride 5, the AI to be a lot harder. MotoGP 21 features some fantastic AI, which of course, stay tuned for MotoGP 21. I still got my Moto E races to come. Very, very close to finishing off that championship already. Unfortunately, it's only 7 races long, so it's not going to take very long. But of course, we will be doing that very soon. And then we'll be starting our Aprilia 2nd season within MotoGP 21's career mode, as Carlos Piega Diaz has just featured himself onto the podium for the very first time in today's Grand Prix. Now, fingers crossed that the Brazilian can hang on to the end. I know I have a bit of a Brazilian following, so shout out to you Brazilians out there watching the content right now. And of course, Carlos Piega Diaz getting the job done in front of the aces would be a dream for many. So Carlos CPD was going to nickname him now. There you go, Carlos Piega Diaz CPD. But up into the first sector by 35 thousandths of a second as we tackle Materassi and Borgo San Lorenzo. We're going to get onto the right hand side in a moment's time, chucking that right Alpine Stars boot out as we have a little bit of a wobble on the acceleration going into Casanova, and then for Cervelli as we now tip it into the left just to briefly to get it near the rumble strip, and then onto the right hand side for Arrabbiata 1 and Arrabbiata 2 coming up. But now when I run it a little bit deep there, don't want to run it too deep because you'll end up crashing like Pecco Bagnaia did here this season in MotoGP, of course. Well, now hard on the brakes will go for the right-hander at 8:30 almost here in the hills of Tuscany for Mugello. I really love this circuit, and I really love Ride 4. And making content for this game is just even better, it really is. As we're now on the right-hand side for Correntire for turn 12. I'm curious to see whether we're going to regain any time. We did lose 0.2 of a second. If we didn't really gain anything, I guess we're not going to be featuring for another. Well, it's very close. We still only lost around 0.3 of a second in total. I know I had a little bit of a wheelie coming out of turn 1 earlier on it as well, but into Bacini for the very final time. This has been DrAce with the Mondial Piega in the wonderful circuit of Mugello. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have. Like, comment and subscribe as well, and of course always hit that notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload and live stream for the foreseeable future. But upon that note, guys, thank you very much for watching as always. It's been an absolute pleasure to make content for you, and I will see you in the next Grand Prix video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.